Good afternoon. Welcome to the Cremona campus of the Politecnico di Milano. I will introduce you to the course on agricultural engineering. As you know, it's a Master of Science course. And first, I would like to show you a video presenting in general course, and then we will talk about specific issues related to both the Politecnico di Milano and this particular course in detail. So, this video, and then we will talk about it.
Good morning to you all. Welcome to Politecnico di Milano. Let me introduce myself. I'm Professor Gianni Ferretti, and in this video I'm going to present to you the Master of Science degree course in Agricultural Engineering, active in the Cremona campus. Agricultural Engineering is the first program course in Italy dedicated to engineering in agro-industrial systems, and one of the few of its kind in the world. This program was developed with the purpose to train engineers working in the agro-industrial sector with a systems-oriented vision. The agricultural engineer is characterized by being a manager and designer of sustainable agricultural and agro-industrial production systems at an economic, environmental, and social level. This professional figure is required both in the national and international context and has to manage the complexity of agricultural and agro-industrial production systems at a time when the sector is undergoing a deep transformation, both technical, engineering, managerial, and organizational, with the mission to reach innovative and sustainable goals as requested from European agricultural policy. How to apply to the Master of Science degree course in Agricultural Engineering? Admission to the degree course in Agricultural Engineering undergoes an evaluation process aimed to determine the eligibility of the applicant. Graduates in one of the degree courses in Civil and Environmental Engineering, Information Engineering, Industrial Engineering, and Agricultural and Forestry Sciences and Technologies are admitted to the master degree, subject to a positive evaluation by the evaluation board. Alternatively, to be admitted to the career evaluation, it is necessary to have a 3-year degree or a higher qualification, master degree, 5-year degree, for example in chemistry or physics or biology, and with 40 credits related to specific educational activities listed in detail in the educational rules of the program. Detailed information on deadlines, application procedures and requirements is available in the menu Come si accede and International Prospective Students on the website. In the first semester, students from an engineering curriculum acquire courses related to agricultural sciences given in Università Cattolica del Sacro Cuore for balancing their knowledges. Non-engineering students acquire courses related to engineering studies for balancing their knowledges. During the second half of the first year and during all the second year, students undertake specific courses of agricultural engineering related to the disciplinary field of civil, environmental, and territorial safety and protection engineering, and of industrial and information engineering area. The thesis work completes the acquisition of the credits necessary for the achievement of master's degree. The agricultural engineer is characterized by a solid background in engineering subjects, mechanics, automation, product, process, and management, and by a strong methodological connotation in dealing with the profession. The training of this professional figure combines modern engineering knowledge with basic knowledge of agricultural sciences. The agricultural engineer is able to implement agriculture 4.0 and precision agriculture systems, identify and implement environmental protection and safety strategies for agricultural systems, guarantee the main issues related to a rational use of resources and the necessary integration of natural and anthropogenic cycles. What kind of job will you do as an agricultural engineer? The possible career opportunities of the agricultural engineer are in companies in the agricultural and agri-food production chain, companies that design, develop, and implement processes, systems, and technologies to support production, distribution, and marketing related to agriculture and agro-industry, consultancy firms for the environment, safety, agricultural, and livestock production, technical departments of public administration. For further information, please visit our website. We look forward to seeing you at the Cremona campus.
Okay. Let's now start a more detailed presentation on this course and in general of Politecnico di Milano. Just to see, okay. So, and some news about Politecnico di Milano first. It is a quite large university, and it includes more than 47,000 students, including about 7,300 international students. It is divided in many departments, such as, for example, architecture, construction engineering, design, civil, environmental and land management, engineering, industrial, and information engineering. Well, the teaching staff is made of about 1,400 teaching and more than 1,200 administrative staff. Regarding the ranking in some international rankings, considering one of the most important, which is the QS World University Ranking, well, Politecnico di Milano is ranked number 1 in Italy, number 7 in Europe, and number 20 in the world. So it is a quite, let me say, prestigious university. Politecnico di Milano is organized in campuses. 2 of these campuses are in Milan. One is the historical campus located in Piazza Leonardo da Vinci, and the other one is located in Milano Bovisa, which is quite far. It is let's say is in Milan, but it is quite far from the historical campus. While other campuses are present in Cremona, where we are, in Lecco, in Mantova, and in Piacenza. Each one of these campuses is focused on a particular, let's say, vocation of the territory. In other words, of course, here in Cremona, since the main activities, the main economic activities are related to the agro-industrial sector, Politecnico di Milano decided to activate this course here in the Cremona campus. Some very specific information about the campus. The campus is open from Monday to Friday from 8 to 8, and in Saturday from 8 to 8 p.m., but from 2 p.m. only the study rooms located in Building B, in the other building. And it has all the services of a university campus, let's say student secretariat, didactic administrative secretariat, technical logistics and ICT services, and the library. All the campus is well served by a Wi-Fi connection, so you can study and work wherever here in the campus. Well, agricultural engineering is offered within the School of Industrial and Information Engineering and is based here in the Cremona campus. The chair of the course is Professor Luca Bascetta, and I'm, apart from being the vice rector of the Cremona campus, I'm also the vice chair of this program course. And of course, I am also a teacher in this course. So, why studying agricultural engineering? First of all, let me show you some figures of the importance of the agro-industrial sector in the economy of the European community. Well, the farms in the European community are 10.5 million, and they produce 34.3 billion euro of production each year. The European community is the world leader in the trade of agricultural machinery. About the 60% of the machines produced are exported in the world, and it is made by 7,000 companies. So it is also a very important sector, even from an industrial point of view, not only from the point of view of the agricultural production. And moreover, the European community is the world leader in agri-food trade with 38 billion euro of export, 965 billion euro of revenue, and about 310,000 companies working in the agro-industrial production. In the European community, agriculture and related food companies employ 44 million workers, and even in the very hard times of the pandemic, the growth of the agriculture 4.0 sector was of about 104% in the period, no, this is the period, sorry, 2017, 2018, but also in the period of the pandemic, namely 2019 and 2020, the sector of the agriculture 4.0 has registered a very high increase. So again, another important things to consider is that innovation in agriculture is one of the most important goals described by the United Organization of the Nation. Moreover, also the famous European Green Deal is not only about the research of alternative energies, but also about a deep change and, let me say, revolution in the agricultural field. Some of the goals regarding the European Green Deal in agriculture are listed here. For example, one goal is the reduction by 50% of the overall use of chemical pesticides and other chemical treatment in agriculture. The reduction of nutrient losses by at least 50% without, let's say, decreasing the production, and the reduce of antimicrobials for farm animals by 50%, and to achieve at least 25% of the agricultural land of the European community under organic farming. These are very challenging goals, which can be reached only through let's say, a wide adoption of innovation technologies. So only through technologies we can try to reach these goals. What are the learning objectives of this course? Well, they are quite numerous. The agricultural engineer should be a manager and a designer of sustainable agricultural and agri-industrial production system in the three levels: economic, environmental, and social. And the skills he or she should acquire are analyze and model the social, economic, and environmental effects of agricultural production,
apply the main models of sustainability to agricultural and agri-food systems. Recall that sustainability in agriculture is not only due to the saving of energy and the use of alternative energies, but also, as I said before, in reducing the environmental impact of the production in terms of chemical treatments. And another important point is the use of water. Water is becoming an increasingly scarce resource, mainly because of the global warming, and the effects are nowadays present because we are at each season, the scarcity of water is always present. It should identify innovative solutions capable of guaranteeing food and quality system, implement agriculture 4.0 and precision agricultural system, develop agri-food production processes, because it is important not only to focus on the production of agricultural goods, but also on the transformation, to integrate the agricultural production with the transformation, storage, and distribution phases, to identify and implement environmental protection and safety strategies, understand and manage the most relevant chemical, biological, and biochemical processes, guarantee the main issues related to rational use of resources, in particular, as I said before, water, and manage the mechanical and physical, chemical, and biochemical characterization of the soil. This is a traditional role of agronomy. Well, what are the career opportunities? Well, as I said also in the video, the career opportunities for an agricultural engineer are in companies in the agricultural and agri-food production chain, companies that design, develop, and implement processes, systems, and technologies to support production. In other words, the role of the agricultural engineer can be both in the field where food is produced, but also in the field of industry, where the systems, machines, and devices are produced in order to implement solutions for agriculture 4.0. Consultancy firms for the environment, safety, agricultural, and livestock production, research centers and laboratories, and technical departments of public administration. These are some of the work opportunities. This is, for example, some pictures of a very spread application of agriculture 4.0, namely barn automation. Here you can see some robots used in managing barns. This is another application developed by Professor Bascetto, which is the chair of this course, regarding the use of robots in agriculture, in particular here in vineyards, where these robots were used to implement to avoid the use of chemical treatments regarding insects. But now let's see in some more detail the structure of the course. As I said also in the video, the access to this course is open to both engineers and people who has a bachelor degree in agriculture and forestry sciences. Of course, the background they have is different, and therefore the path between these two populations will be different in the first semester of the first year. We will see in detail soon. Of course, this is a scientific and technology course, so the access is also open to other degrees, for example, physics, chemistry, and biology. As every Master of Science course, this is divided in 2 years, and for all of you that would like to go on with an academic career,
there is the possibility to access a PhD program. Of course, there is not yet a doctoral program specifically in agricultural engineer, but depending on the application field, robotics, rather than big data, rather than sensors, you can have access to one of the PhD program of the Politecnico Milano. As every Master of Science course, it is organized in 2 years and 4 semesters. The courses are taught in English, except for few optional ones in Italian. Moreover, the alignment, let me call them alignment courses in the first semester of the first year will be given in Italian. All courses are held at the Cremona campus, apart from one single course in the first semester, Animal Science, which is held in the Piacenza campus of the Università Cattolica. The rules to obtain a Master of Science degree are exactly the same for any other course. You have to earn 120 credits, divided in 30 credits of alignment courses, 60 credits of mandatory courses, divided in 50 credits on qualifying subjects in industrial technologies, control systems, big data analysis, supply chain management, and 10 credits on subsidiary subjects, for example, actuating devices and environmental engineering. 15 credits can be freely selected as complementary courses, and the final thesis corresponding to 15 credits concludes the course. Of course, you have to present a study plan with your choices of courses. As I said before, the path is different depending on your background. So for students coming from a bachelor in engineering, the first semester of the first year is given in the campus of the Università Cattolica del Sacro Cuore here in Cremona, and the courses are all related to the agricultural field. So the courses are animal science, biochemistry, products of vegetal products, and microbiology of foods. These courses, apart from animal science, are given in Italian. All other courses are given in English. So at the second semester, the two populations join because, of course, they have been aligned in some sense. So in the second semester of the first year, the courses are industrial technology for precision agriculture, and control systems for smart agriculture, data harvesting and data analysis for agriculture, and they are mandatory, so you have no choice in the first year. In the second year, you have, again, mandatory courses, so for example, control and actuating devices for agriculture, agricultural supply chain management, operations risk management and resilience, smart irrigation climate adaptive tools for agriculture, and another course, the title is quite long, but anyway, it is an environmental engineering course. The other path is for those who have a background in agricultural and forestry sciences. They have, of course, to, let's say, align with an engineering background. So they have to follow a first semester where the courses are mathematical analysis 2, technical physics, and foundation of automatic control and informatics. From the second semester on, the courses are exactly the same of the other population, namely students having an engineering background. The second years, the choice is more free. You have the choice between materials for agriculture and technology for pre and post harvesting. These are two courses from chemical engineering, and other courses can be freely chosen in this set, namely materials for agriculture, if you, for example, have chosen another courses previously,
renewable energy sources, high-tech entrepreneurship, drones for agriculture, and while other courses are given in Italian because they refer to the bachelor degree here in the Cremona campus. Regarding the final project, the thesis, you have two possibilities. One is, let's say, it's called Tesina, and the maximum increment is 4 points, while the other possibility is the Tesi, and the maximum increment is 7 points. Of course, the effort required from the two choices is different. These are some of the research areas you probably would like to consider performing your thesis. For example, agricultural robotics, farming machines, bioenergy, production and recovery of biofuels, and so on. Some news about the extra training activities. First of all, the Polyme portal offers free online courses to support students in their academic and professional career. Other courses are explicitly provided to students of agriculture engineer in order to help them let's say, in mathematics or other technical issues in order to help them dealing with the course. Another initiative is Passion in Action, and it is an open participating teaching activities that Polyme offers to its students to support the development of soft skills, transversal skills, and social skills. There is an international change programs. The opportunities for gaining experience abroad are student mobility, meaning to attend courses on working on the thesis, or double degree. Up to now, there are no possibility of double degree in agriculture engineering, but we are working on it. At present, there are some not a high number indeed, because let's say the course of agriculture engineer is quite specific. There are no many countries in the world where this course is activated. And as you can see here from the map, most of these courses are given in Europe, which is a leader in this particular field of application. These are some opportunities. Erasmus, of course. There are 2 yearly calls for application, a first call at the end of the year, and where you need to select the partner universities for which to apply when the ranking is published, and a second call in the late spring for reassignment of the vacant places. Evaluation of your academic career is made through a performance index, and recall that you need to apply in year X for international mobility in the next year. So think deeply before the previous year in order to leave in the next year. Another possibility is to make your thesis or all or part of the thesis work abroad with the support of a mobility program, with the support of the scholarships Tesi all'estero, and or as a free mover. Pay attention in this case to tuition fees and insurances, in the sense that if there is an agreement between Politecnico Milano and the university where you would like to make your thesis work, of course, there are also agreement on the tuition, on the fees. In some cases abroad, the tuition fees are quite high, and insurances, because you have also to think about possible problems. The thesis has to be discussed at Politecnico Milano, and the supervisor has to be a professor of Politecnico Milano. A few suggestions in this case, but of course this is quite far in time for you. Find a supervisor and contact her or him before leaving.
If you know the thesis topic, select the PolyMe, the professor of PolyMe according to the topic, and if you have information on the thesis process in advance, discuss with your advisor which type of thesis work may be tesina or thesis. There is a specific BIP channel. What is BIP? BIP is a portal where students can gain information about courses. So it is the portal where each course has its own site for examinations, for slides, for lessons, for registration of lesson, and so on. Well, there is a specific channel in this portal for international exchange. The person which is responsible for the International Mobility Committee is Professor Paolo Bestaggini, which is, of course, also a teacher of the agricultural engineering course. Some other services, lodging, dining, sport activities. They can be also information about all these services can be collected in the Polytechnical website. And there are also the possibility to have access to remunerated collaborations in order to contribute to the campus lives and, of course, gain some money. Career service is a very important service offered to PolyMe students. It is a very important service because it connects the job market and the students and supports students in their first job research. So this service establishes a contact between students and companies, teaches students how to write their CVs and so on. PolyHub, it is even more far in time because it is related to some of you who would like to start a startup after your course. Well, this is other services, multi-chance, counseling and psychological support for students, very useful during the pandemic time because a lot of students had comprehensively some problems. And tutoring, which is important because if you have some problems regarding some issues of the course, you can have access to this tutoring service. Scholarships, there are plenty of scholarships. One is offered by Cremona campus to the best students enrolling in the Laurea Magistrale in Agricultural Engineering. 3 scholarships worth €2,000, and of course they are available for students enrolled in the academic year 2022 and 23, and of course it is based this scholarship is based on merit requirements, and there are also other possibilities, and all the information about these possibilities can be collected in the Polytechnical website. Well, Cremona, regarding lodging, for example, Cremona offers many advantages with respect to big cities like Milan. For example, accommodation can be found very easily and at cheaper prices with compared to those big cities. And in this case, you can refer to this website in order to find offers related to accommodation here in Cremona. More information about students' accommodation is available on the portal of Informagiovani of Cremona, which also, of course, serves all other university campuses here in Cremona. These are some useful sites. Of course, they can be very easily reached from the website of the Polytechnical by simply Googling the keywords. And this again is a presentation on the WeViv channel containing information on courses at large. These are some apps downloadable on your phone, of course, helping you to get information about Politecnico Milano. And well, I finished my presentation, and of course, I here in order to answer to your questions, if any. Thank you for attention. Okay.
I'm attending the third year in mechanical engineering with no visa. If I don't, if I will not graduate in September, before September,
yes,
and I graduate in February or March,
yes, can
I enroll this master degree from the second semester?
Yes, of course. As any course of Master of Science, there is this possibility. Yes. Well, there is a particular not problem, because it's not a problem for engineer, in the sense that, as I said, the first semester of the first year is related to a sort of alignment. But for engineers, this is not a problem, because if engineer starts from the second semester, they anyway follow courses in engineer, so they have no problem. For students becoming from an agricultural background, there is the problem, because they have first to align with engineering courses. So, but for engineers, there is no problem. They will align with agronomic courses in the first semester of the next year. Okay.
About countries for the experience, there are.
This is a good question. As I said before, there are not so many places where a similar course is given in Europe. For example, one possible place is the University of Almeria in Spain. Spanish people are quite, let's say, quite interested in this field, so it is not a surprise that some Spanish universities offers a course like this. Another important site for agricultural engineer is Netherlands. Maybe they are the best up to now. For example, the University of Wageningen is the best university for agricultural engineer. So there are some possibilities. That, of course, with respect to a course, for example, like mechanical engineer, or there are a reduced number of possibilities. But anyway, there are.
For example, with Netherlands.
Yes, it has some links. Another very important center regarding agriculture engineer is Israel. It is not in the European community, but anyway, Politecnico Milano has some agreements, for example, with the Technion of Tel Aviv, which is a very important point center for agriculture engineer. Yes? Well, specific roles, for example, maybe the most needed is the analysis of big data. Big data are considered quite everywhere nowadays in industry, but in agriculture, you have to consider that the data to be analyzed are so heterogeneous and so large that the problem is quite hard. But anyway, the big data analysis in agriculture is one of the most required applications from farmers. Farmers need, for example, to know the weather, the condition of the earth, humidity, say the concentration of chemical treatments. This such a huge number of data must be analyzed in order to best to suggest the best strategy for agricultural production. Supply chain is fundamental for agricultural products, and it has very specific problems because, of course, if you exchange goods like a computer or washing machines, you have no problem regarding time. But if you have to supply apples or cherries, of course, you have to do this in time, because otherwise, what will be received will not be useful. Okay. These are other. Well, I would like to say that agricultural robotics is one important field. It is actually an important field, but the use of robots, at least in Italy, is not so widespread. In the Netherlands, for example, they are used more diffusely. In my opinion, big data analysis, agricultural big data analysis, is one of the most required application for engineers. And of course, there is a specific course on this, which is data harvesting for agricultural systems.
Is there a focus also in production like oil?
No, there is no specific focus on a specific production. It is the professional figure is quite wide. We are not focusing on a specific agricultural production. Of course, the agricultural issue deal with oil production rather than apple production, tomatoes production, and so on. Of course, if he or she is interested in making a thesis in a specific field, of course, this is very good idea. Let's say, one of the startup of higher success is just a startup producing a sensor for oil production, which allows a great increase in the revenues of the production, while allowing to use a reduced amount of chemical treatment based on the analysis of the earth conditions, humidity, and so on. It is called Elysian. Elysian, exactly. You can Google it and Elysian, I think. Other questions?
If my specific interest is agricultural machine,
Yes.
you suggest me to continue with master degree in mechanics and mechatronics, or here?
It depends on what you want to do with agricultural machine. In the sense that if you want to design agricultural machines, the best choice is, of course, mechanical engineer. But if you want to use them in the field, if you want to, let's say, to use agricultural machine in the production of agricultural goods, maybe this course is better. Yes. Giving, for example, intelligence to the agricultural machines is a specific focus. There is a specific focus on this in this course. We had in the 1 week ago there was a seminar of SDF Group, Same Deutschfahrer Group, which is one of the most important producers of this seminar was mainly focused on the addition of intelligence on machines. So it was not focused, of course, on the mechanical design of the machines, but rather on the addition of intelligence, analysis, artificial intelligence, and so on. Think about these professional figures as a system engineers. It is not a designer of devices. It is an integrator of systems. In this sense, there is no specific, let's say, agricultural product. It should integrate several systems in order to gain on whatever agricultural products. Your question was really good. This is a system engineer, system in the sense that he has to integrate several competencies, several tools, because the complexity of each single device is so high that let's say a specialized engineer cannot deal with all this complexity. For example, SDF Group is very interested in these professional figures because in order to talk up with agriculture, it has to know both about agriculture and about engineer. It has to match different competencies. Yes, supply chain management. It is 10 CFU. CFU, you know what CFU is? Yes, it is mandatory. Agricultural supply chain management. From the website of the Cremona campus, you can find all these presentations. Okay. The questions? Posto così? We are perfectly on time. Thank you very much for your attention.